Good morning, campers and adventurers. Well, I'm out and about. I've got a van. It's called Coral, and I've hired it for 12 days. And I'm currently up in a field, well, a campsite up in North Devon. And as you can see, there's hardly anybody here, but that's great. So I'll give you a tour of the van later, but right now I'm off out on a bit of a hike. I'm going to walk down to Hartland Quay, and then there's a mill with a waterfall a little bit further south of that I might just go and have a look at, depending how far it is. But I'm planning on having a fairly easy day today. So it's a bit grey, it's not that warm, but the weather forecast from Monday looks amazing. So fortunately, I've brought shorts and t-shirts with me, but as you can see, I got the padded jacket on, and hopefully I can ditch that a little later on. Anyway, we'll see. So come on, let's go for a walk. And so this is the Pleasure House Folly, built in the late 16th century. Now, I have no idea what it was used for. I have had a look online, and it doesn't really say anything other than originally it was probably used as a warren, but I'm not exactly sure what a warren is. So if you know, then put it in the comments. I think it might have been a bit of a mistake putting this jacket on and getting a bit warm, and the sun's coming out now. Typical, isn't it? But I'm going to head down there. So down there is Hartland Quay. There's a hotel down there now which is being refurbed, but back in the 16th century there would have been a pier, a wooden pier, as there were in a lot of places along this stretch of coastline, for ships to dock up to and do some trading with goods along the other ports along the Bristol Channel. And I've definitely worn the wrong clothes today because the grey clouds have disappeared, the sun has come out, and I'm sweating like a pig. And so, there we go. That's the end of my hike, and back to the van. And so, done about 4 miles. So now I'm going to dump all this kit and head into the village, see if I can find a shop where I can get some milk so I can have a cup of tea. So I did say I would give a van tour, so here we are, and I'm just charging my Blue Yeti power bank. It's only a little AC50 little one, but that's enough to run my laptop and charge my camera batteries, etc, etc. I'm charging that through the solar panels, and as we go in, we have the kitchen, and with a double gas hob, sink. There are fresh water and grey wastewater tanks underneath there. Lots of cupboard space, and there is a fan that sucks and blows up there. Then we have a big double bed at the back, and then there is seating, 2 seats and a table that pulls out, and toilet is under there, and then there are cupboards here, nothing much in that one, and I've got a few bits and pieces in there, and a few pieces in there, and my wine rack at the bottom. So that's it. That's it. I mean, underneath the double bed there's a big garage space, and it's now time for me to make a move and leave this campsite at Stoke Barton in North Devon, and I'm now going to head south. I need to stop off at Bude to the supermarket down there and get a few bits and have a look around, and then it's on down to Tintagel, where I'll be staying the night, hopefully. It's like a coach and motorhome park. It's about £6 a night down there, so I'm going to stay there tonight. So that's me all packed up and raring to go. First stop is Sainsbury's in Bude. I didn't find a shop in the village yesterday, and I haven't got any milk. I need to get some sweeteners because I forgot to bring those as well. So and I need to get something for my tea tonight. So I'm going to go to Sainsbury's first, and then I'll find a car park in Bude and have a bit of a mooch around. So come on, let's go. Okay, so shopping done, and I've come down to Crooklet's long stay car park. Only cost me £2.30 for an hour. So I'm just going to take a wander down to the beach and have a bit of a chill out before I head down to Tintagel. Well, there we go. That was a nice hour, just sat in the sun, people watching and watching the surf. But it's time to hit the road again.
You have reached your destination.
Well, good morning, campers. It's another beautiful day here down in Cornwall, and yeah, I'm in Cornwall. I've come down from Bude, and I'm in Tintagel, and in fact I'm at the King Arthur car park. Now, this is not just a car park, it's also for motorhomes, and you're allowed to stay here overnight, and it's only like £6. Well, I put £6 on to stay till midnight, and then put some extra on now, so I'm going to be here until about midday today. So all in all, you know, I've paid about £10, I think, something like that, which is pretty cheap, you know, compared to being on a campsite, for instance. So it's well worth coming here. You know, there's well, you can see behind me, there's grassy areas. Lots of, well, there's quite a few motorhomes, camper vans, and it's a little bit of a slope, so you'll need chocks, but otherwise it's good. Facilities wise, there are toilets and showers. There's a 50p entrance charge to use the toilets and the showers, and there is drinking water available, but you have to pay for that. And if you want to get rid of black waste, water waste, then there's a charge for that too. But if you just want 1 or 2 nights overnight, you've got plenty of water on you and you don't need to empty your waste tanks, then it's great. Yeah, brilliant. Right, I'm going to take a little walk into town and have a mooch. I've been to Tintagel before, but I'm just having a quick wander through, and it's still early in the morning, and we'll go and have a look. So this is Tintagel Castle. Now I hope you can hear me okay, because it's a bit windy, and I'm hoping that the microphone isn't picking up too much of the wind. Now, there's a lot of work going on here at the moment, and yeah, so picture the scene, and it's an autumn day in the year 1306, and Thomas de la Hyde, the Sheriff and Steward of Cornwall, is visiting the castle to check on the progress and costs of building repairs. Arriving on horseback, passing the outer gate and deep defensive ditch, he rides through the main gatehouse, greeted by the porter, who emerges from his lodgings. Thomas dismounts and hands the reins to a servant, who leads his horse over to the stables. Richard, Earl of Cornwall, has constructed this castle about 70 years ago in the 1230s, and how the original buildings are in need of major repairs. There are carpenters rebuilding stable roof, a lead worker is mending the gate tower, and wagon loads of slates are being unloaded. Happy with the progress, Thomas walks on towards the second gatehouse and beyond the Great Hall to meet the constable and review the accounts. So you're not going to be able to see this, but just over that direction, it's Trevose Head, and I can just about make out the lighthouse on there. And going left inland is the River Camel, which leads to Padstow, and that is where it's thought that Camelot got its name from. And it's a steam take 2, and it's a steep climb up this hill. Oh, I need to get into a gym. So this is Tintagel Old Post Office, It dates from around 1380 and is a rare example of a Cornish hall house. And over the centuries it's had many uses, most notably as a Victorian letter receiving office for the village. So Tintagel is a pretty little place. It's definitely worth a visit. There's a few pubs, cafes, shops to buy pasties, fish and chip shop, other bits and pieces, ice creams and stuff. Your usual sort of Cornish village or town kind of stuff to get. So if you're in the area, why not pop in? And as for me, I'm going to be heading back to the van now and then driving off to Polzeath. So I'll see you there. Good morning all. Well, yesterday I set off from Tintagel, drove 30 odd minutes south, and I'm now down at Polzeath on the north coast of Cornwall. And it was an absolutely glorious day yesterday. I'm staying at Lundinant camping, and it's just a 5-minute walk from there to get down to the beach I'm stood on now. And I just chilled out by the beach, had a beer or two, and then headed back into the van in the evening and just chilled out. So this morning, like now, I've come down, I've had a bacon bat and a coffee, and it's lovely and warm. I mean, I'm t-shirt and it's before 10 o'clock. It's glorious. But now I'm heading south, and I've got a few chores to do with the van first. So like empty the toilet, and I need to top up with some water and empty the wastewater, blah blah blah, and then I'm heading south down to the Lizard, so roughly about an hour and 45 minutes, something like that. So I'm going to head back to the campsite, and I will see you later.